What's up, everybody? What's good? What's going down? What's good? What's good? What's good? I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Big Game James in the house. Big Game James in the house. I said Big Game James is in the mother sucking house. What's up with all y'all? How y'all doing out there? I'm glad y'all tuned in. I appreciate everybody showing me some love and jumping in here so we can talk some daggone Cowboys football. Let me give you shout outs to my peoples, Brandon Williams, Philly Cowboys 76, Muggs, Maxwell, Hawkin, VA. What's up? How you doing? We them boys, Dan Blatt, Tavis Banks, Angel Rodriguez, Cowboys Kev, H Flores 22. Let's go. Get all your peoples, get all your friends, get up in here. I know they got a lot of things going on out there besides, but we Cowboys fans, we talking Cowboys football. You feel me? So, without that being further ado, let's go ahead and jump into a few things. Thank you. Like I said, shout outs to everybody. I appreciate everybody coming in here. OTAs is right around the corner. OTAs is right around the corner. First, we just got done talking about rookie mini camp, and if you check me out, we had the little rookie mini camp thing going on, breaking down what we thought about the players that were there, what they looked like. Kind of not our eyes, but we got to hear from some other eyes. Brian brought us and those guys who actually got to see, but we still got a little basis of what those rookies were looking like. But OTAs, they're going to be mixed with some of these veterans. And now you're not going to see the real nitty gritty. You're not going to see any physical contact or anything like that. But it is good to see the veterans and the rookies mixing it up a little bit. And we're going to just start seeing, what really is going on, what's really good, because it's going to be heavy competition in this OTAs like no other this year. To me, in my opinion, it's been a long time since we had some serious competition going around like a lot of positions. Defensive tackle, when we had Mark Holmes on here a few days ago, we were talking about the defensive tackle position, offensive line, receiver, cornerback, safety. So a lot of things going on, a lot of competition going down in some spots that people thought they might be having their spots. Now spots might not be guaranteed right now. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. But I want to say something first before I get into anything. The last couple days, man, I've been getting hella Facebook requests like crazy. Like I'm tripping off this. Like I done got probably like 55, 60 friend requests, all Cowboys fans, in the last 2 days. So I don't know if it was going live with Mark Holmes. I don't know what happened. But shout out to all the Cowboys people that are showing me love on the friend request from Facebook. I don't know if I'm going to accept all y'all. I'm going to keep it all the way real because every Cowboy fan ain't normal. Some of them a little out there. So I don't know if I just want to be friend requesting and accepting all your friendships. But I appreciate y'all showing the love and want to be friends with me. I like that. But, can't accept everybody. So I might have to do a little investigating and check y'all out. Make sure I don't got no crazies trying to come on board. You feel me? Anyway, shout out to y'all. Where else? Let me get some more shout outs on here. Philly Cowboy, Dave Black. Yeah. It's a good day out here. Stevie Mack, where you at? What's up with y'all? Like I said before, gonna jump in these OTAs right quick. One of the big hot things that was being talked about before we get into a little bit, what's going to be going on with these OTAs was, of course, he came up in the news again. Mr. Dak Prescott, you finally kind of heard from him. We all been talking about the speculation with the contract. I know we're all tired of talking about it. I'm tired of talking about it. I know everybody's tired of talking about it, but until he gets signed, it's going to be talked about, because until that number actually officially hits that dotted line, we're still going to talk about this contract with Dak Prescott. But this is one of the first few times to me that he actually said anything, about the contract or anything else, So we're going to talk a little bit about that, but I'm jumping ahead. I apologize. Forgive me, y'all. Forgive me. I'm getting all excited about the Dak Prescott thing. We're going to talk about that. But I got to show some love to my peoples. First of all, let me show some love to my peoples. Shout out to Big Game James, myself, Silver and Blue Nation, as you'll be seeing coming up in the Cowboys experience. Where are my manners? I'm so sorry that I should have said this before. But shout out to the Cowboys experience, because they did the daggone thing. I talked to Barry Griffith. My boy Law Nation was out there doing it. And guess what they did? They made some ESPN. I seen an article on ESPN talking about Travis Frederick, and he had his Fight for Hunger trip. I talked to Barry He told me they were getting together. As you see, Law Nation, they made it ESPN, baby. Y'all official. As you see, Barry in between Michael Gallup and Tyron Smith. And you see Law Nation over there with Travis Frederick. Y'all done made it, dog. Shout out to my boys over there. The Cowboys experience. I told y'all, I got to experience it last year. Barry's done took me under my wing. Law Nation, we've been having a great time, but that was a great event. Fight for Hunger that Travis Frederick has thrown. There was like 25 Cowboy players there. It was an awesome event. As you can see, second to none. I keep trying to tell y'all about this Cowboys experience. So if y'all really trying to get on these games, like I be trying to tell y'all trying to get on these games and get to these home games this year, get in my inbox. I keep trying to tell you the Cowboys experience. You see that is banging. The week before, they had DeMarcus Ware. They had Tony Dorsett with another charitable event. Cowboys experience got it going on. And across the board, if you look at the prices across the board, if you're looking at the other agencies out there that do the same thing across the board, Cowboys experience are the lowest. So if you're really trying to get to a game, get in my inbox. I've already had about 5-6 people already holler at me trying to get these tickets, getting settled down, getting to these games. Get in my inbox on my Big Game James page and holler at me if you're trying to figure out and find out about this Cowboys experience. I'm going to be down there. I'm hosting the Miami Dolphins game. That's going to be the ish like no other. We're going to be kicking, having a good time. We're going to be at the Lava Cantina. The guys are going to be there the day before. Law of them are going to be there. Mark Holmes is going to be there on a special game. Tyson West Coast. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, this media road, this thing's going to really be popping this year, so y'all really need to get on board. So shout out to my guy, Barry Griffith, and Law Nation as usual. Salutes how they did it big out there for Travis Frederick Hunger event and making ESPN as well. So big shout outs to my guys over there. They're doing it big. You know how they do. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Get in my Angel Rodriguez, like I said, get in my Big Game James page on Facebook. Get in my inbox. Inbox me if you're trying to find out. I just had 3 other people get in my inbox today. I gave them the lowdown. They got the know-how. A couple people committed to getting down to this game, at the Philly game, when the Cowboys play them. So, man, holla at me, y'all. I ain't playing around. I'm trying to get y'all to these games so we can kick it and have a good time. I don't want to talk too much about it, but really, I'm for real. Don't you get tired of watching them games at home? Don't you want to see that new experience? Don't you want to get on the field? I got them field passes for you. Got all of it, man. So please holler at me and find out more about that. For sure. It's like no other. What's up, Meticulous Cowboy? How you doing, Joe Lucas? Shout out to everybody, my Cowboys family. How you doing? Yes, sir. Good to see y'all, Hector Vega. Yeah, you gotta go, man. Don't debate. Don't sit there and say, man, should I? Get to these games. Don't play around, because I'm telling you, watching on TV is dope. Going to a sports bar is dope. But going to the game is super dope. Getting on that field in that Miller Lite section is super dope. Going up and meeting the players up top in the suites is super dope. So holla at your boy, man. Stop playing around. All right, so without further ado, I got all my excitement about the Cowboys experience. I'm sorry, but, hey, I just want to see y'all get to these games and chill with me, and let's have a good time and kick it. For real. But let's go ahead and just jump in here. The Cowboys were at Reliant Field. They had the home run derby yesterday. As I was bringing up and talking about, Mr. Dak Prescott was in the news once again. Of course, we've been talking about the contract with Dak Prescott. Is he a $30 million man? Is he not? There's been so much of a debate back and forth of what Dak should get, what he shouldn't get, what he deserves. Don't pay him, pay him. It's been crazy. Just like the scrutiny that Romo had, but I don't know. I've seen Romo in the scrutiny, but I don't know if it was this bad. It was bad with Romo, but I don't know if it was this bad. And before I talk about anything, and I'm going to play this little excerpt about what Dak Prescott has to say about this, but I'm going to say my one thing that I feel the reason why people hate on Dak Prescott, just my opinion on it. I've been going back and forth like, why do they hate on this dude so much? Like, I've been trying to figure this out. Why is there so much hate on Dak Prescott? And I think I got one reason. And y'all tell me if I'm wrong. You can tell me, Big Game, you hella wrong. You're not even close. You just not even close. But I'm going to say this anyway. I want y'all to listen to this. The reason why I think Dak Prescott gets so much hate, and just hear me out. Just listen to me right here. I watched Roger Staubach. I watched Troy Aikman. I watched Tony Romo. I'm not going to throw in the other quarterbacks because they really didn't do anything with the Cowboys. So I'm not going to talk. I'm talking about the prevalent Cowboy quarterbacks that everybody wants to compare Dak Prescott to. Now, one of the things, if you looked at Roger Staubach, because I watched Roger Staubach, he wasn't just a passer. He ran that ball, and he ran that ball a lot. He ran a lot more than a lot of people thought he was. Danny White, I throw Danny White, but he's not in there because he didn't get a championship. These are guys that got Super Bowls. But Roger Staubach ran the ball a lot. Troy Aikman didn't run the ball, but he was hella accurate, and he threw a pretty ball. I ain't going to lie. Troy Aikman threw a pretty ball, you know. And then when I seen Romo was just like a gunslinger. You always knew with Romo, because he could throw that ball and he was just meticulous he was just that gunslinger. You knew that he could always keep you in the game. And I think the reason why so many people hate on Dak Prescott is they don't feel he can throw them back in the game. I don't feel like the people who hate on him think he can throw them back in the game like Romo could. Like, if the Cowboys were down 20 points, 21 points, or 24 points, you never kind of felt like you were out of the game, even though Romo would do them bonehead plays, throwing them stupid interceptions, and you're like, what in the hell are you doing? You would get so mad at Romo. But one of the reasons why you loved him was because no matter how far we were down, you always felt like you had a chance with Romo. Because he could throw you back in the game. He could throw 2 or 3 interceptions and come back and throw 3 or 4 touchdowns. That's what he could do. He could throw them pretty passes. He could escape, shake you, jive you, throw a laser 20 yards down and dime it, you know what I mean, and bring you back. If the running game was shut down, if the defense gave up a lead, if Romo took us all the way down the field and scored a touchdown, and how many times did we see the defense give it up in 3 or 4 plays, Romo would get right back on that field and bring us right back. And that's what you loved about Romo. That's what you loved about him. With Dak Prescott, it's different because he doesn't throw that ball like a Romo, in my opinion, or like a Troy Aikman. Doesn't mean that he's not a bad thrower of the ball. He just, to me, doesn't have that natural throwing. Not saying it's like a Tim Tebow or anything like that, but he doesn't throw a pretty as ball as those guys. And we've seen Dak escape, but half these people that hate him don't believe that if we're down 7 points or 14 points, that Dak can bring us back throwing the ball. And I think that's one of the biggest gripes that people have of him, because they feel that if Ezekiel gets shut down, if the defense ain't doing good, Dak can't put the whole team on his back and take us down and win the game by himself. He always is going to need help. That's what they will say. And that's why I feel like there's so much hate on Dak, because they don't feel like he can throw them back in the game. They don't feel like he can hit the dime passes. They don't feel like he can make those 15-yard or 20-yard dimers when they need him on a 3rd and 17. He can make a 3rd and 20 like they felt Romo could. Even though Romo may make 7 great passes, but then throw that critical interception and lose the game, how many times do we forget about that? I'm not bashing Romo, but that's what I feel like. I feel like the people who hate on Dak don't feel like he can throw them back in the game. And if everything is broken down, then he can't win it. And I feel like that's what the haters say, and that's why they say he doesn't deserve $30 million, because they'll say Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees, if everything is broke down, they can still throw his team back in the game. And they don't feel Dak Prescott can do that. Am I right or am I wrong? Give me some answers on that. I've been talking a lot, but you tell me. What do y'all think? Am I a little bit right about that, or I'm all the way wrong? You tell me. I'm going to hear what you guys got to say. I'm listening. Dex needs to throw those on. Yeah, I mean, but, even here's the thing, though. Romo was nice, but when he got T.O., he was nicer. I mean, Dak got better when he got Amari Cooper, so when you put things around him, he is. I mean, we know Dak Prescott ain't no daggone top 15, no top 5 quarterback. We know that. Top 10, probably not. Top 15, I think so. I think he's a top 15 quarterback in the league, and there's 30-some teams in the league. I think he is. And if you put things around him, he's going to be okay. Okay? And the Cowboys are going to do a contract that's going to protect them. They're not going to do some crazy contract that don't protect them. You know they are. So my thing is this. Let it go. because he's going to be with us the next at least 3 or 4 years. Let me just let Dak tell you. Let me just tell you, Dak tell you, because I ain't want. I'm gonna let Dak tell you, and don't be getting mad. Let me let Dak tell you what's going on here. Tell me, Dak.
The team this offseason has been about you getting a new contract, you getting signed. Jerry says he wants it done. What is your mindset and status with that?
Yeah, my whole focus is within the locker room. I've got people that take care of that. I've got a great team of agents. That's their job. Jerry said what he's had to. They're working, negotiating. But as far as I'm concerned, it's about just getting better as a quarterback, getting better as a leader, just making sure our team's getting better.
There's nothing about wanting this out of the way before training camp starts or the season starts or anything like that.
I mean, I want to be a Cowboy forever. I think the people that are doing the deal feel the same way. So to me, it's no rush. I know it'll get done.
Do you see the Russell Wilson contract and look and see what you could possibly get and you look at the numbers at all?
I mean, it's all generational money and life-changing money. So I mean, it's a blessing just to be able to be in this position. But as far as the numbers concerned, my focus is to win the locker room. I know I'll get taken care of, so it is what it is.
Still, it's difficult to shut that off. I mean, you're only human, and it's out there all the time.
No, not really. Like I said, I want to be a Cowboy. I'm pretty sure that I'll be a Cowboy for a long time. So I don't have any worry or anxiety of it not happening or trying to get it done sooner than later. And so yeah, no worries. It'll get done.
How much does Kitna's experience help you?
What's that again?
How much has Kitna's experience, played for a long time, played in this system, what's he meant to you so far?
It's been huge. It's been great. Excited for what we can do. I mean, I think the best is ahead of me. The best is ahead of this team. What we're doing, the changes we've made, bringing Kellen in, Coach Kitna in. I think we're heading in the right direction. It's fun to be a part of it.
Talk about Winston being back.
Excited as ever. I mean, the fact that I come back and answer this question, what he means to me, what he means to this offense, what he means to.
All right, as you seen that interview, Dak Prescott saying he wants to be a Cowboys for life. For life. Says he wants to be a lifer, man. And, I mean, why wouldn't you say that? But I want to ask y'all a question. Did Dad look irritated? He looked irritated as hell to me. He just looked mad. He looked like he getting tired of them same questions over and over and over again. Just like we getting tired of talking about it over and over again. But he wants to be a Cowboys for life. And as I said before, folks, I really feel like that's why people hate on him, because they don't feel like Dak can just throw them in the game. If you look at his career averages, he's averaging 7.34, which is definitely the norm as far as average yards, so he's not a dink and dunk guy. But, yes, he doesn't throw the bomb like Romo or anything like that. We knew that, but guess what? He's not that type of quarterback. He's a dual-threat quarterback. I think D. Will's been in here and says he reminds me of a Steve McNair, and he does remind me of that. Steve McNair got his team to a Super Bowl. Steve McNair made his team considerably better, but Steve McNair still needed weapons. And that's where I can kind of throw a Dak Prescott in. If you look at a comparison, that's what he does to me. Steve McNair didn't throw the prettiest ball. Wasn't the guy that you sat there and said, "Ooh, he's killing you with his arm all day." He killed you with his feet, killed you with his arm, he killed you with his grit, he killed you with his leadership, and everybody loved Steve McNair and everybody followed him. And he made that team considerably better once they got him. And once they got weapons around him, the team went up. So, folks, I get it. If you don't like him, I'm not trying to here to convince you to make you like Dak Prescott. I'm not here to make you like Dak Prescott. I'm just here to say he's going to be with us for the next few years, so you might as well support. That's all I'm saying. You don't need to hate on him because he's going to be here. It ain't like this is last year. He's going to be here. And if you look at his career, he's kind of always gotten better. And if you bring a John Kitna in the fold and you have a Kellen Moore, I really feel like these are going to be guys that are going to really help him take the next step as far as his maturation in his career, his footwork. Things that Dak Prescott has issue with isn't things that cannot be worked and changed and made better. Footwork, accuracy issues, which completion percentage still is not bad. A career 66, 67 guy. But still, you got a guy who's going to work with his footwork and going to continue to make him better. Let's just chill on this guy, please, and let's support him. We got at least 2 or 3 years with them. Let's support. And guess what? If he does win something, if he in these next 2 or 3 years, please keep that same energy of that hate that you have on him. Please keep that same damn energy of the hate that you have for him. Because if he wins a championship, oh, Lord, I want to find all you people that says he sucks. And I want to see your excuses. I know you're going to try to have one, but I just want to see your excuse. All right, so I'm going to kind of leave that one alone. Anyway, yeah. You feel me? Didn't he look irritated, Davis Banks? I mean, for real. Yes. Yes, he looked irritated, but you know what? Like I said, that Kitna signing is going to be a huge signing. Kellen Moore, I like that. I think it's going to grow. I don't think it's going to come out like gangbusters, but I think it is going to grow. But that Kitna signing was gigantic. Number one, because we saw Kitna with us. The dude, you've seen his career. He's a gritty dude. John Kitna is gritty. That's what he is. He's a gritty dude. And he's down to earth. You can talk to him. You can come to him. I feel like Dak can feel at ease with him. And I feel like Kitna is going to demand the best from him and is going to bring out the best because Kitna was that type of guy. And I just feel like that was just out of all the signings. You remember when we signed Chris Richard last year? How everybody was like, yo, that's the signing. You had a lot of good. LVE was the draft pick of the year, but Chris Richard was the signing of the year. And I think that's going to happen with Kitna right here. I think he's going to do big things for Dak Prescott, and you're going to see it, and it's going to help with that footwork, and you're going to see a lot more consistency from Dak Prescott with him being in the fold. So that's just my kind of thing on that. Now, there's another play I want to talk about right quick. We talked about him with Mark Holmes on here, and it kind of correlates into OTAs because OTAs will be starting on the 21st. 21st through the 23rd, and then the next week after that, OTAs. You got the veterans mixing with the rookies. But I got a guy right here, and like I said, I had Mark Holmes on the show a couple days ago, and we brought this gentleman up, and I'm going to bring him up to you again. And that's Mr. Tyrone Crawford here. Tyrone Crawford. What do y'all think about Tyrone Crawford? I'm going to ask y'all, what do y'all think about Tyrone Crawford? Is his job safe? Now, you know he had the bar incident. They talking about 60 days, whatever. He ain't going to get that jail time. But, you know, who knows the commissioner? You know how much of a hater he is. He lets everybody else get off, and, you know, they can beat up women, beat their wives, beat up people, go to clubs, smack people, all that. Don't have nothing to them. And Cowboys say one bad thing, and next thing you know, we getting suspensions. So we don't know how this is going to play out. But Tyrone Crawford is such an interesting person to me right now because Tyrone Crawford's coming off a career year, and I've been backing Tyrone Crawford. I've been backing him, and I'm not saying I'm moving away from him, but I've been backing Tyrone Crawford. He had a career year, 5.5 sacks, been what Ron Marinelli calls the butcher, does everything, doesn't do anything great, but always there when you need him. But Tyrone Crawford this year, let me ask y'all, can you see him getting cut this year? I talked to Mark Holmes. He said, yeah, they cut DeMarcus Ware. They got rid of DeMarco Murray. They got rid of those guys. But would they really cut Tyrone Crawford with him being a mainstay? And isn't this supposed to be our Super Bowl run this year? Garrett's got the house fire on him. He's got the fire on him to produce and make it happen. Would it be smart to cut a Tyrone Crawford this year? You can save some money, but would it be smart if you're trying to do a Super Bowl run? Wouldn't that be too many rookies? Like if you cut him for a rookie, or when you miss that leadership in that locker room, if you're trying to make that Super Bowl run, won't you need that veteran leadership? Would it be wise to cut him? Your thoughts on this? I'm asking y'all, because I'm going back and forth on this because part of me loves Crawford because he's just. He just, I don't know, there's something about me likes Tyrone Crawford. He's just one of those guys that's kind of like a stability guy on the team. You're making a lot of money, dog, but you're a stability guy to me. I like that. But then you see me scratching my head. I see Daniel Wise from Kansas. I see Covington. You know, I see Hyder. I see, and I posted this earlier today, Bobby Belt, who's one of my guys. There might still be a potential chance of Randy Gregory still being back this year. I know Taco's got the little arthroscopic ankle, but what are your thoughts on Crawford? Could he really get cut this year? Could he be a numbers game this year? Would you cut him this year? Would you say, no, we got to make a Super Bowl run, don't cut him, maybe let's do it next year? Your thoughts, talk to me, y'all. Talk to me, man. Let me see what y'all saying. My Cowboys family, 3 Tech Insurance and right DN, yes. We need specialists, not a jack of all trades guy. Yeah, I feel that. But it's not, I mean, we're getting money back. Let me ask you. Great on run support, sufficient pass rusher with possible upside. So my thing is this: would you keep him? Yes or no? I see y'all giving me some explanations. Yes or no? Would you keep Tyrone Crawford? Yes or no? I want to see what y'all answers are on this. Give me some answers on this Tyrone Crawford thing, man. Give me some answers on this, man. Talk to me about Tyrone Crawford. Yes or no? Would you cut Tyrone Crawford this year? And don't go with your heart. Don't go with your heart. Make no kind of heart. Don't make no kind of heartfelt. This got to be smart house money. Should he be cut or not? Y'all talk to me and tell me. I'm going to get some other stuff pulled up right quick while y'all give me that answer. I want to see how many yeses and nos we getting for Tyrone Crawford here. Let me see what y'all saying in here. Keep him. My camera. Keep, trade, keep. Yes, keep. Okay. Look at Tyrone Crawford getting love today. I didn't think Tyrone was going to get that. Better call Tyrone. Well, like I said, that was my little Erykah Badu thing. But anyway, I didn't think he was going to get that much love. But I'm loving it. I'm feeling it. And I like it. Because as much as we got them young boys on the set, man, we still need that veteran for this super. I just feel like this is a Super Bowl run, and I ain't trying to jump out there like all these other people. Yeah, Super Bowl run. I just feel like this has to be a Super Bowl type run because Garrett's job is on the line. We got too much daggone talent, so why can't it be? It's right here, right now. You got to take it. You feel me? I'm gonna bring up another player. I'll ask y'all about him because I showed a little projection from Bobby Belt as well. Let me get him in here, and I'm gonna show this. Show this guy right here. Show him. Yeah. I got another guy who I'm gonna talk about right quick. Okay, got another guy who I'm gonna talk about right quick. And his name is Mr. La'el Collins. So you got Connor McGovern, the governor, as Mark Holmes. He's pushing me to the governor, but I posted a little something. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pull it up for y'all. Be patient with me. I'm gonna pull this up right quick. Let me show y'all this. What I had on here, and I got this from Bobby Belt right quick, and I got it on my page, and he posted something, and I asked him a question, okay, because it threw me off, because I was like, hold up. He posted a lot of the players that were draft picks, okay, and top 100 draft picks, and then he showed some guys, Dak Prescott, I believe, Ioka, guys who were not those draft picks. He didn't have La'el Collins in there, so I was like, hold up, why ain't you got La'el Collins in there? And I was like, is that meaning something? Like, you got Connor McGovern in here? You got Connor Williams at tackle, Connor McGovern at left guard. What's going on here? Why is where's La'el Collins? And I talked to Bobby, and Bobby said, well, they could be moving on this year or possibly next. What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts on that? You definitely wouldn't cut La'el Collins this year, although you can save, I believe, $8 million if you cut him. That wouldn't be smart to me because he's young, he's still big, he's still strong. I would do some trade stuff. I would look for trade for him because let's keep it real. La'el Collins ain't going to be here after this season. I think this is La'el Collins' last year. So, here's another question. I feel y'all was saying keep Tyrone Crawford. Now, let's say Connor McGovern comes in and shows improves and looking real good at that position. Do you move La'el Collins out and trade him and go with the rookie? Kick Connor Williams out at tackle because they're going to put him out there because that's what he played at Texas. You seen McGovern play guard and center. He played exclusively center in the rookie mini camp. But what if he's looking real good like a Zach Martin did when he came in from Notre Dame? What's going to happen with La'el Collins? He just got the surgery done. Let me ask you, would you trade La'el Collins? Not cut him, but would you trade La'el Collins? Would you trade him and slide the rookie in there and go with Connor Williams at tackle on your perceived Super Bowl run? Or would you stay with La'el, keep the rookie as the backup, and then rotate him and say, no, we got to go with this guy because we're making the Super Bowl run? Your thoughts on that? I need to hear y'all. What you going to do with La'el Collins? Because he ain't going to be here next year. I'm going to tell you that right now. They didn't draft Connor McGovern to sit 2 years. He's going to be there. He's going to be in that starting lineup next year. They did it with Ron Leary. He was undrafted. They got La'el Collins in there. They forced Leary out because he wanted money, and La'el Collins came right in that spot. So talk to me. What y'all think about La'el Collins? Should you trade him? I want to hear what y'all tell me. Tell me about La'el Collins. Trade or keep? Trade or keep? Or would you trade La'el Collins, or would you keep him, and would you start him? What if Connor McGovern's playing better than him? Now you got La'el as a backup, and he's an expensive backup. He's making some money. La'el Collins is making some good money. I think he's like, the third highest paid right tackle in the league, I believe. Don't quote me, but I think I'm close to that. Would you have that guy sitting on the bench with a rookie making less money? Would you trade him? Trade or keep? Yeah, I know we got. I know now. Here, let me tell y'all something. We got Joe Looney, and I love that. Cam Fleming is just okay, y'all. Don't be hyping no Cam Fleming. And we were also talking about Fuller might be the odd man out when you look at this offensive line. Now, people been talking about the Mitch Hyatt kid from Clemson. I'm going by what Brian Brosnan said, and Broadus he's a good eye, and that's why he's been with the Cowboys, and he's been a scout for a long time. And he was saying that Mitch Hyatt is having issues not only with strength but footwork. He's a little bit slow-footed, and that's a concerning red flag. You're not going to play no tackle and be weak and slow. You're not going to get on the field. I don't care who you are. I don't care how many. You can get away with that in college because you're not playing against dogs every single game. Most times they're not in the NFL. You're playing against dogs, or they're playing against better players than you played than in college. So, and you're not going to be in a starting type lineup. You get what I'm saying? They're going to keep that veteran over that. So you'll see. But I heard the Brandon Knight kid from Indiana's looking okay. Larry Allen Jr., I think he's just a feel-good story because I was listening to Colombo, and I ain't really hear no glowing things about Larry Allen Jr. It was more, that's his son. We're going to give him a chance. I don't want to say anything bad about him on TV, but I didn't have the feeling that Larry Allen Jr. was going to make it. Now, your big dog OG, Mark Holmes, said he might be the guy to make it. I don't think he is, so we'll see about that. But La'el Collins, I didn't mean to jump off. Y'all keeping or no? Okay, wait, them boys say, just laid it out for me. He says, you laid it out for me. All right, my Cowboys family, I appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. I love for you tuning in. Thank you for your great answers as always, my Cowboys family. Make sure you check them out. Always got great knowledge over there. But yeah, man. So I threw out two people already. A lot of y'all more keep than let go or let him sit. To go ahead and La'el Collins. I think people are in their head, if I'm not mistaken right now, what it kind of feels like, or people are saying, guess what? This is the Super Bowl run year. So let's not kind of mess with anything like that. Now, let me show you something from Bobby Bell. Look at this defensive line right here. Look at this defensive line. I'm sorry if y'all, I might be in the way on some players, and I apologize. I get that over there. But if you're looking at those guys, and I'm sorry, let me try to get that out of there. Let me try to move it up. But if you see those names right there, it's going to be some battles with this defensive line. It's going to be some really big battles on this defensive line. I'm going to go from there. But let's look at the defensive front. You got on the front, okay, we're not even talking about Tyrone Crawford. You got at the defensive tackle position, and let me post this because let me show y'all this. It was a great article. Let me show y'all this. Let me show y'all this. It was a great article. Let me show y'all this. Let me get to this article. Hold on. It's from John Omi. Great article. I think it's on here. Oh yeah, here it is. I'll pull this article up for y'all. Check this out. All right, so I'm going to bring up some players because I was just talking about, don't y'all be trying to leave. Don't y'all be trying to leave. I'm going to bring this up right quick, and I want y'all to check this out. All right, so let's talk about these battles that John Oney had because this is the OTA kind of battle to me. See if y'all can tell me. Backup quarterback. Ooh-wee. Cooper Rush or Mike White? Cooper Rush or Mike White? Is that going to be a battle or what? Okay, so you got Cooper Rush, who was the darling of 2017. And then you seen him fizzle out and didn't do nothing this past season, right? Now, then you seen the 5th round draft pick in Mike White, who, let me get this out of here. Start seeing this ad. Why is this ad? I'm seeing this ad. Let me get that out of there. But as I was saying, Mike White was a guy who came out the 5th round, nice big body, good arm, didn't play great competition, anything like that, but you could see potential. Now, he didn't look great in the preseason last year, but he did have a good game against the Cardinals. I think he was 13 of 17. No, I think he was like 17 of 21, 160 yards, had an interception, but was sacked 4 times. He looked okay in that game. Let me ask you, going into OTAs, should the Cowboys go ahead and say, you know what, bump this? Let's just go ahead and get a strong vet to back up Dak, forget Mike White or forget Cooper Rush. Or let's go with Cooper Rush or Mike White. And if you had the choice between Cooper Rush and Mike White, who are you taking? Are you going to go with Cooper Rush? This is going to be, his third year in the realm? Or are you going to go with the young guy, Mike White, who this will be another year on his belt, who I like. I like Mike White. I know he doesn't have experience and things of that nature, and you'd be scared to say, well, if Dak Prescott down and you had somebody go down and you had Mike White as your backup, it's scary. You probably want a veteran. But if you had a choice between these two in a battle, Cooper Rush or Mike White, this year, who would you take? I'm going to go with Mike White on this one because I like the potential. Cooper Rush don't have no arm. Mike White does. Cooper Rush, there's a reason why you got drafted. Sorry about that. There's a reason why you got drafted. Didn't get drafted. I'm sorry, Cooper Rush. There's a reason why you did not get drafted, as you see some of the good flaming things right there. I didn't mean that to happen, but it did. But okay, forget all about that. But Mike White, you got him in the 5th round. You got him for a reason. Why did you draft him if you're not going to let him compete? You know what I'm saying? So give me your thoughts. I see some Mike Whites in here. I see White. You don't like Gambino. You don't like none of them. Yeah, Jeff Heath, I got you. Yeah. I mean, give Mike White a chance, y'all. Got to give that guy a chance, man. I think, yes, I understand about having a veteran because this could be a really strong Super Bowl run this year, so I get that, but I really think if you're going to cut either one of these quarterbacks between those two, it's got to be Mike White. It's got to be, not Mike White, it's got to be Cooper Rush. If you're going to cut any of those two, and let's say you try to poach a veteran, you got to keep Mike White. If you're going to sacrifice either one of those two, it's got to be Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush ain't going to no other team and balling out or playing for nobody and doing this and doing that. Cooper Rush ain't doing that. Mike White, on the other hand, could probably get on the team and be a backup and probably play some games in spot duty and win some games. I think Mike White can do that because he has the arm, he has the body type, and I think he has the mind frame to do it. I don't think Cooper Rush is that guy, so if I had a choice between the Mike White-Cooper Rush thing, I'm going with Mike White because I want a better arm, and I want a better arm, and I think Cooper Rush offers that. All right? So I'm going to bring up something else here. Let me bring something else up here. So I got a lot more Mike Whites than Cooper Rush. You feel me? So I'm getting a lot more of that. Cut them both. Come on, y'all. Don't cut them both, man. Give Mike White a chance, man. Give that dude a chance. Give him a chance. Now, here's what we love talking about right here. And I brought it up today. Let's go with this battle right here, folks. It's about to come up. Don't you wait, don't delay. It's about to come up, and I'm about to show you this because this guy right here, everybody loves talking about this guy right here, the GOAT, Jeff Heath, the GOAT. Who wins this battle? Jeff Heath, George Iocca? Who's going to win this daggone battle between Jeff Heath and George Iocca? Now, we already know Heath is going to have the leg up. Jeff Heath is going to have the leg up over George Iocca because he's been in the system. He's been with the Cowboys 5 years. But can George Iocca really challenge him this year? Can he challenge him? Can he knock him off the threshold of being the GOAT? Can he be the guy that's actually going to do that? I mean, he's 6'4", he's 228 pounds. He does have good range. He had a good career at Cincinnati. Didn't have the greatest career at Minnesota, but they didn't really look for him to be that. Can he unseat Jeff Heath this year? You're going into OTAs. Can he present Jeff Heath? Can he take his spot? What do y'all think? Can Iocca do it? I mean, will he be given a chance? Because they love some Jeff Heath. No matter what. And he even said he was never. Hey, I had no opportunities out of high school. I had one scholarship. When I came into the NFL, I was undrafted. Nobody really took me in college. I went to a small school, and every year I've had to fight for my position. So in that aspect, I respect that dude like no other because he's been a feel-good story for I don't know how long. And many times you try to cut him like a Barry Church or anything else like a Bill Bates. They kept on trying to get rid of him every year. He stayed there. So is it going to be happening this year? Is Jeff Heath still going to be the man at the safety position? Is he still going to knock everybody else off the plateau, the totem pole? Is everybody else still going to be knocked down? Is Jeff Heath, the GOAT, still going to be the man? Talk to me. Yeah, Wilson ain't going. I like Wilson. I like that Donovan Wilson kid, but I don't think he's going to be compete. He's still a rookie, and he would have to come out like a monster. Like, he would have to be super crazy tight to come in and just take the spot because as much as they love Jeff Heath. But if Jeff Heath, is he still going to be the man this year? Somebody going to take his spot? Is somebody going to take his spot, y'all? Because we've been talking about replacing him every single year. Even in the draft a safety. I said draft a safety. Draft a safety. Every year, he's still here. We try to cut him. He's still here. I'm tired of Jeff Heath. He's still here. Now you got George Iocca and Donovan Wilson. Is he still going to be here? Is Jeff Heath still going to be here? Tell me. I mean, he was. If you look, looking on the breakdown from John Oney, he had the most missed tackles at the safety position out of anybody in the run game. We all know he takes the bad angles. We know that. We know how he misses tackles. But he does make them spot plays. He does get those INTs when you need them. He does make big plays when you need them. But let me ask you, does Iocca challenge him and actually knock him out the starting lineup, or is this going to be a situation where he still keeps a spot and it's just going to be a rotational thing? What up, Producer G? Producer G in the house. And I think, yeah. And I think when we're talking about Jeff Heath too, another thing when we talk about Jeff Heath, the Cowboys are trying to go on the Super Bowl run again, remember? And I think that for this year, when you're talking about, I think something may happen to La'el Collins. I don't know, Tyrone Crawford still may get cut. But Jeff Heath, I still think is going to be that guy. I don't think nobody challenges him. I think Iocca, they're just going to rotate him. But I don't see him just putting Heath on the bench. And I'm not sitting there saying Heath is just so badass that he can't be put on the bench. But they just love him. And he would just have to play some supremely crazy than anything else. All right, so I'm going to, as I'm scrolling through here, I'm going to show you another little battle as we coming into the OTAs, guys that they're going to be really looking at. And as it's sliding up here, as you see a little bit of these highlights right here, look at this battle right here. This is going to be a banging battle right here. Okay? Check this battle out right here, y'all. Back up under tackle, you got Kerry Hyder, Daniel Wise, and Daniel Ross. Now, this is going to be a banging matchup because, number one, Kerry Hyder has done some work at Detroit. He had 8 sacks in 2016. He only had the bad injury in 2017, and he worked his way back, so he really didn't get a starting kind of nod over in Detroit. But you've seen from the left or the right position, he has banged it out. He has did work. It's not like he's been a slouch, and he's young. He's only like 26, I believe. Then you got Daniel Ross, and they keep on trying to get this man off the roster. They keep on trying to cut Daniel Ross. We keep on trying to get rid of him, but he stays there. He's got good size, about 6'3", got good size. So one time you'll see him make a great play, and another play you see him get washed out. But he stays fighting. He stays fighting, and he's got a little bit of talent. So that's why you see him, and they re-signed him. Now you got this kid named Daniel Wise from Kansas, though. Okay, and man, they got some high hopes for this dude. I think that, I mean, they had him projected as being drafted. For him not being drafted, you can slide him at the under tackle. You can play him, slide him out at end. So this battle right here, Kerry Hyder, Daniel Wise, Daniel Ross. When you look at these guys, if you see any of the tape, that Daniel Wise kid from Kansas, he goes all out, stays at it. Is one of them guys who never gives up. You're seeing Kerry Hyder, he's only on a 1 or 2 year deal. So it wouldn't be huge to get rid of him. But if you're looking at that position right here and the guys that they may keep, I think they kept 9 defensive linemen last year as a rotation. Do you see this rookie, because he's going to be in OTAs, do you see this Daniel Wise kid knocking off like a Daniel Ross? Knocking off a Kerry Hyder, do you think, because he's going to be cheaper, he's going to cost less money, even though Kerry Hyder is not going to be, he's not an expensive player, neither is Daniel Ross. Who would you go with? Would you go with the Kerry Hyder who's 26 and has 8 sacks in the league and has done something when you're trying to make this Super Bowl run? Or do you go with the unproven rookie who's going to be cheaper and may do some things? Let me ask y'all thoughts on that. Me personally, I want to keep this Daniel Wise kid. I don't know why. There's something about him, just like we got Dorrance Armstrong Jr. from Kansas. They were teammates. I want to keep this Daniel Wise kid for some reason. I like his ability. I like his attitude. I think he's a guy that goes hard. So if I had a choice between those 3 guys and you said cut one out of those 3, I love Hot Boy Ross, but you're going to have to go in my eyes. Hot Boy Ross, you're going to have to go. I'm going to roll with the undrafted guy in Daniel Wise, and I'm going to also go with Kerry Hyder because I like Kerry Hyder because he's a thick dude. He can play outside. He can play inside, and I just feel like, you know what, if he comes back fully healthy from that injury with Detroit, I feel like he's going to be a slept-on signing. Nobody's even talking about him. When we signed him, nobody's talking about him. I think he's going to be one of those guys that's going to be under the radar, is going to improve a lot, especially if he's back fully healthy. I'm go ahead and throw my name in on the Kerry Hyder. I think he's going to do something. I think that was a good pickup, and watch him work if he gets a chance to do something this year. All right. So those 2, I'm saying Hot Boy Ross is out. Now, my last guys who I'm going to bring up in this little competition battle thing, as you can see right here, as you see John Oni brought this up, you got our top 4 cornerbacks. You got Cheeto, you got Byron Jones, Jordan Lewis, and Anthony Brown. Those are our mainstays right now. Okay? Then you got 5th round draft pick Michael Jackson. Chris Restery. Long. I'm going to say that every time. Every time you hear me say Michael Jackson, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it every time. So just get used to it. When we're watching our games, when you're watching the games and they say Michael Jackson, it's coming. So just already assume that with me. So anyway, Michael Jackson, Chris Westery, 6'5", almost playing the daggone corner spot. As I said before, we only had one guy playing safety at that height, Pat Watkins. This dude gonna play corner at 6'5". That's unheard of and crazy. I want to see it happen. But don't slip on this cat Donovan Alumba. I don't know about C.J. Goodwin. I don't really think he gonna really do anything. But don't be sleeping on Donovan Alumba. Richard had him on the practice squad last year. Liked him a lot. 6'1", almost 6'2". Got the long arm prerequisite, 32 long inch arms. Got that prerequisite that Chris Richard likes, and I believe that he kept him on that practice squad to prep him for getting some work on the team. Now, if you had any thoughts or now, don't be biased, because I know y'all going to jump, oh, Chris Westry. I'm going with Chris Westry because he's 6'5", he's tall, 4'3" speed. Let's go with him. But you know what? His technique is sloppy. His footwork is bad. And he ain't physical. And he's skinny as hell. So I don't see him really getting on the field this year. I see him being a practice squad guy, but what I get worried about is somebody trying to poach him. That's what I get worried about. But I think if anybody has a chance, it's going to be Michael Jackson. I cracked my own self up on that one. Anyway, I really think Michael Jackson is going to be the guy that's going to really show and prove. And I think the reason why I think Michael Jackson is going to be the guy is because I don't know, man. When I just look at the kid, and dude he just looks mad all the time. Like, I just be looking at him, and I'm like, is he angry about something? Because Michael Jackson, he always looked mad. He got a mean face all the time. But you know what that means to me? Physicality, aggressiveness, what Chris Richard wants, bullying people. I showed you highlights. He likes to bully people, and I love that. And I think that's one of the reasons why he may get on this team and actually get on the field this year. I think we can see him in some receiver sets when they go 4 wide. You can throw a Jackson in there and him get real physical with somebody, get him on some spot plays, get him some work. That Jackson kid, I like that pick. You know, I wanted the Isaiah Johnson kid from Houston, but I don't think even Isaiah Johnson is as physical as this Jackson kid. And he had all the physical tools. But when you look at Jackson, 6'1", 205, 210 pounds, muscular, strong, I just really feel like he's going to put a beat down on these receivers. So I really like Chris Westry to see nothing but practice squad this year, because I don't think he's going to be ready. I think Michael Jackson is going to get on that field and do some work this year. And I think Donovan Alumba, if you're talking about a 5th and 6th corners, I will put my money on Jackson and Alumba getting a nod this year on the squad. I think those will be the two guys that are gonna do something. And I jump out there and say that I ain't even talking about the daggone receivers. All right, I'm gonna talk about the receivers right quick. Then I'm gonna get off here. Cause see, sometimes I just talk too much. I need to shut up. But I'm not gonna do that right now. I'm gonna talk about these receivers right quick, and then I'm gonna bless y'all with some peaceness so y'all can get to these playoff games, because I know somebody's playing right now. Thank you for everybody staying tuned. And I forget about y'all. Let me give y'all a shout out. Dan Black, Eric Hoffman, Gambino, Robert Bennett, Tariq Salim, Boothang, as usual, all the time. Muggs Maxwell, Stevie Mac 23, Hawkin VA, Q Nicholson, We Them Boys. All you guys that's in here, appreciate everybody that's jumped in here. Thank you for everybody that's been tuning in. Y'all have been great. Y'all have been awesome, and I thank it, and I appreciate y'all for doing that. Mike Jack reminds you of George Teague. Maybe looks like him, but the physicality, what physical corner that we had that had, it's been a long time since we had a real physical corner. Let me see who really brings that out. I'm trying to think. That'd have to take me back to like the 70s, like Michael Downs or Dennis Thurman and those guys. Those guys were physical, like type cornerbacks. And people forget, even in them 70s when we had the Thurman Thieves, when we had Everson Walls and Michael Downs and Dennis Thurman, those guys weren't little dudes. You get what I'm saying? Those dudes were nice-sized players. Dennis, freaking Michael Downs was like 6'3", 6'4". They had great size then. So let's not be acting like our Cowboys, even back in the day, didn't have good size at the cornerback position. When you got good-sized corners, it helps you across the board. But I'm rambling. Let me stop. Let me jump in these receivers right quick, and then I'm done. So y'all can get to the basketball. But we talked about this the other day. You talked about OTAs, and you're talking about these new fresh blood coming in. The main guy I want y'all to keep an eye on in the OTAs and the receiving core this year, I know everybody's talking about Cedric Wilson because he didn't play last year and he was our draft pick. And yes, he got that 6'3" size. He's a Boise State guy, and we all know about the Boise State players. If you're from Boise State, you're going to get hella love. George Ioka, he's from Boise State too. We got like 9 of them. Might as well call us the Boise State Cowboys, for real. But keep your eye on Jalen Guyton for North Texas. This is the guy that I keep talking about. I've seen the tape. I asked a couple trusted people who really give me good Cowboys news and got a close ear to it, and they told me Jalen Guyton's got a real chance to make this roster. And I'm telling you, these veterans that we've been talking about, Tavon Austin, and we talked about it with Allen Hurns, if you're looking at a lot of the battles that are going to be going on within these players and these young guys, that is a battle that's going to be nasty, is that receiving battle. Because you got holdovers from Noah Brown, who hasn't really done anything in his first couple years. You got Cedric Wilson coming back in the fold, who was injured all last year, so they're going to want to see him. They signed Devin Smith from Ohio State, who's a speedster, never really got a chance or did in New York. Of course, you got Tavon Austin, who was the speedster, but never really done nothing in his career, but here and there, and is always injured. Of course, you got Randall Cobb. Of course, you got Michael Gallup. Of course, you got Amari Cooper. Who else am I missing? I said mention Allen Hurns. Who else am I missing? All I know is this. This receiver battle is going to be thick. Keep your eye on Jalen Guyton. He's my sleeper. He's my sleeper on the receiving core. I think he's going to push one of these guys off the roster if they don't watch it. And keep your eye on him and Allen Hurns being that battle, or him and Noah Brown. I think Allen Hurns, possibly a Tavon Austin, or possibly like a Noah Brown can be cut this year. So when we talk about players that guys have been veterans, they've been on the roster, I think Aleo Collins, they could keep him, but he could get traded if that McGovern steps up. I think Allen Hurns, a Tavon Austin, if Tony Pollard steps up, because he's going to be playing some receiver too. If those guys show improve early, those guys could be a cut. Also, Noah Brown, he hasn't shown anything that was like Jerry Jones' pet cat, but he's like kind of a lost name in the bunch. This could be his last year now. Okay, so lot of competition at these positions. A lot of great competition. I think that's what I love more than anything about this team this season is competition. Young guys. I didn't even mention Joe Jackson. I didn't even mention Jalen Jelks, who these two, Joe Jackson's going to, I think he's from the U. I think they're going to give him a chance. But you got a 7th-round pick in Jalen Jelks, who, have you watched that dude play? Have you watched Jalen Jelks play? Because I don't know how he lasted to the 7th round. Maybe it was because he doesn't have the body type as far as the thickness playing defensive end. He's more like I've seen people mention him when he got drafted, and I thought of the exact same thing when I saw him, was Jason Taylor. The body type, like a basketball build. But, man, he's already turning heads. He's already got good moves, good quickness. Brian Broaddus has already been talking about him. I said try to convert him to a linebacker as well. Have him be a pass rush specialist, line/linebacker. Put him at a strong side, weak side where he can chase him down. If he's got the footwork to do it, please look at that linebacker position with Jelks if he's able to make the team. And I think he's another guy that can push a guy off the roster. So when you're looking at coming into OTAs next week, you're going to see a lot of these guys in shorts. I really want to see what the second-year players I have brought up, the round table, Rob Phillips, Brian Broaddus, Dave Hellman. They were talking about the 3 things that they were looking at in training camp. And Rob Phillips brought up something which I am interested in too. He said he wants to look at what the second-year players are going to look like. They're going to need to step up now because even though it's only 1 year, you're a vet now. You're not a rookie any longer. So I want to see what LVE's year 2 is going to look like. He's going to have a lot of pressure now because everybody's expecting LVE to be the man. Okay? LVE was the man last year, but now LVE, you had over 100-some tackles your rookie year. Cowboys fans are going to be expecting you getting 150, 160, 170 tackles if you ain't injured and you stay healthy all year. That's the expectation now. So we want to see him. And Michael Gallup, how's he going to look in year 2? Because there's a lot of weight going to be on Gallup because now you have Amari Cooper out there. Gallup's going to have to be that steady second guy. You got Randall Cobb, but Gallup has to – we're looking at Gallup to take that leap. Then you got who else did we have in the draft? You got Dalton Schultz. What is he looking like? 4th-round draft pick. We got to see what that 4th-round draft pick is looking like. Am I not right? Okay, we got to see what Dalton Schultz brings to the table. Even though we got Jason Witten there, even though you got Blake Jarwin, who came on the end of the season, you still spent a 4th-round pick. So it can't be 2 years of sitting the bench. So we got to see what Dalton Schultz looks like. We got to see what Chris Covington from Indiana, the linebacker, they spent a 5th-round pick. We got to see what he looks like. We got to see what Cedric Wilson looks like. You get what I'm saying? So these guys, these second-year players, we need to see what they're going to be look like in year 2 because they're going to be an integral part of the team now. Even though the team is young, it's still a very integral part of what's going on. Okay? So I'm excited. Once again, I'm excited to see what, we're not really going to see no installation like Kellen Moore putting in the offense, but I'm really excited to see these young rookies and these veterans meshing and blending together. They had a big camaraderie at Reliance Stadium. It's a lot of team bonding, as, me and Mark Holmes, we talked about a couple of days ago. A lot of team bonding like no other. This team seems very, very close to me. This team seems like they really are on the cusp. It's just tired of always feeling like we're at the cusp and we can't get over it. This is the time for our Cowboys to get over and make this move. So stop worrying about Dak Prescott getting a $30 million contract. Stop worrying about Ezekiel Elliott. Let's just go out and win these games and try to get this Super Bowl. Because at the end of the day, you got to trust Stephen Jones and Willie McClay and Jerry Jones that they're going to do the right thing money-wise. They're not going to put the team back in some bad quote-unquote cap situation that's not going to be friendly for the rest of the team and for them to continue to get players. So they're going to do the right thing as far as the contracts. We got to trust it because you've seen it happening. So that's all I can really say to that. As they always say, trust the process. So they were talking about with the 76ers, trust the process. Trust the process. Right now, Cowboys fans, folks, we got to trust the process right now. I got to trust the process with Garrett, even though I feel like, the time is done with him. I got to trust the process right now because we're too daggone close. So we need more unity than dissension. So we got to stay together. Whether you like Dak Prescott or not, whether you like this situation or not, you got to support and let's stay behind our team because this could be the year. It really could. You never know. I'm going to just put it out there and keep on trying to speak it into existence like I did with Robert Quinn, like I did with Tristan Hill, like I did these others. I spoke it into existence, and now it's here. So I'm speaking this into existence, and you should too. So without further ado, I appreciate all you guys. No excuses. You know how we do, Gambino. Thank you, Muggs Maxwell, for appreciating you, for giving me the shout-out. I try to grind for y'all. Once again, I'm about to get up off here, but let me tell you, the Cowboys experience. Get on it. Games are coming, y'all. Games are coming. Games are coming. And I'm telling you, the fire is right around the corner. Keep on tuning in. Training camp is right around the corner. We are going to be there giving you all the latest and greatest news, giving you good footage. You want to see them rookies. You want to see how Robert Quinn is looking. You want to see how Randall Cobb is looking. You need to stay on that Silver and Blue Nation Big Game James because we're going to have that footage for you so you can see it with your own eyes. You ain't got to see it from Brian Broaddus or DallasCowboy.com or NFL.com or CBS or nothing like that. You tune into this right here so we can give you all that good fire. Stop watching and I ain't hating on them. Stop watching all them networks out there that don't know a daggone thing about them Cowboys. You know what? They probably get on there and probably read about the Cowboys a half hour before they go on and say, oh, yeah, this is what I say about the Cowboys. They don't give jack poo about these Cowboys, but we bleed it. We are here every single day. So support. Support the page. Like and subscribe to page. Super chat. Donate. $4.99 for Facebook. Membership can be monthly, or you can do it for a couple months. You can do it for 3 or 4 months and then say, I don't want to do it no more. But guess what? Support the grind over here, y'all. Support the grind over here. Okay? We're trying to keep on giving you that illest stuff. Once I'm telling you, once these games get going down, I'm going to get you this footage. I'm going to get you all that y'all want to see. But I need that support over here. Producer G needs it. We need it. We need continued support. Continue to like and subscribe our page. We love how many people have subscribed within this last 30 days. It's been phenomenal. Shout outs to all y'all and the support. We love y'all. But continue to support. I will talk to y'all soon. It's going to be signing off. Trying to lock down that interview with Anthony Wright, former Cowboys quarterback. I jumped in his inbox a couple days ago. We're waiting to see what happens. As soon as I get the go from him, we'll have that interview popping and much, much more. So thank you. I love all y'all. I appreciate y'all who jumped in on the chat box and got to kick it today. Thank you for listening once again, and I will be talking to y'all soon. This is Big Game James, Silver and Blue Nation producer G, signing off. Peace. See it? I'm out. Deuces.